Welcome back, everybody. Let's just continue. So we have opened a cron tab in order to edit it and schedule a task. Just in case you are tuning in now or you have made a break or something of a kind in between the tutorials, let me just go ahead and clear this screen. I have used this command in order to create a cron job for a specific user. That user is random guy, and to create a cron tab and to edit a cron tab for that user, use -E. That's it. You enter it. Just press enter. That's it. Now, when you open up your cron tab files, you will not have this where it says min, hour, DOM, MON, DOW, and CMD. This I have created for convenience purposes, but also to teach you something. You see this a bar sign. I call it a bar sign, but I'm sure that there's a proper name somewhere in the net for it. Feel free to correct me in the discussion section. I will be more than willing to accept any sort of criticism. I always value all the input that you can give me. But anyway, you would basically use the bar sign in order to comment out a line. What is it? Oops, let's go into insert mode. In order to comment out this particular line. What does it mean to comment out a line? What does that mean? Well, you want to make notes for yourselves. You want to make it a bit easier. Imagine if we didn't have this up above, we would have to just by memory type in every single position needed. So we would have to by memory know where the minute or the hour or the day of the month is or the month is and where the command goes. Well, the command goes last. That's easy to remember, but all of them over time you will remember them and you won't need this, but it's a good help that you can make for yourselves. Just go ahead, enter insert mode, and type this, what I have typed in at the top. I'm sure that you know how to do that by now in order to make your lives a little bit easier and to save a little bit of nerves as well. As nerves are in short supply these days for pretty much any programmer, any system admin. If you are in this line of work, you will encounter a shortage of nerves. I guarantee it to you. But bear with me. Anyway, now we are going to, now that we have created a script, I want to run that script. Let's say I want to run it every minute. Okay, that would make no sense of whatsoever in the real world in most situations. But now I don't want to schedule it to run every hour or every month or something of a kind. Why? Well, I really don't feel like waiting for a month until the command gets executed, and I'm sure that neither do you. For convenience sake, I'm just going to say that it should run every minute, but I will also show you either in this tutorial or in the follow-up tutorials the time marcations that you can assign to every one of these positions and basically schedule it to run every month or something like that. Because tarballs, I don't know, you would run on a weekly basis or a monthly basis or something of a kind. Now, I have shown you the scopes as well, but the time scopes that you can use, for example, for minutes from 1 to 60. But I haven't shown you, asterisk signs. You can type in an asterisk sign, and that means run every minute. Asterisk sign under the hour, run every hour. Run every day of the month, run every month, run every day of the week, and you can't put an asterisk sign for a command. You actually need to type in a command, let's say ls here. So every minute ls command will get executed, pointless consumption of system's resources, but you get the idea. For example, a more meaningful statement would be if I was to change the day of the month into 1. So what I would say is I don't really care about minutes, I don't really care about hours, but I want you to do this on the first day of the month and execute a certain command, execute a certain script or something like that. Of course, I would need to change the other ones a bit around as well, but that we're going to do a bit later on. Let's just leave it as it is now so that we get the idea of what the cron job does. Next thing that we need to do is run our script. Now we know that our script is called first.sh, but we forgot, let's say that we forgot the path, let's say we forgot where it is, because you would have to specify obviously a full path to the script here, and then you would be able to run it. How do we find it? Well, simple enough. Just use the locate command. Don't forget to run update db. Otherwise, you won't be able to find it until next restart of the computer. But you can just manually type in update db and you will be able to locate it as type update db as root, of course. So locate, locate space. What shall be here? Well, we know that it's called first.sh. You can use variant combinations with this, like with wildcards or something of a kind. I've shown that in the previous tutorials. For the time being, we just want to find this from VIM. We don't want to exit VIM. It's not convenient for us. We want to do it from Vim and be able to find it. And there you go. We have indeed found it. Now you can actually copy paste this, but I'm just going to press enter and type it in myself, which is enter insert mode, tab, and slash home slash random guy slash script slash first.sh. Excellent. So now we have that. Let's exit the insert mode. I just want to verify, is it script or scripts? No problems. Let's run the command locate again. And it's actually scripts. You see, if this would not have worked if I didn't actually check this. I'll go back to the insert mode, scripts. Excellent. There we go. If I have made some other typos, this is not going to work, but if I have it, it should work flawlessly. Okay, so let us do this, write and quit. Actually, I wanted to ask me any questions. If it has any problems with it, I wanted to let me know. Press enter. There you go. It has saved it. It says cron tab installing new cron tab. Very well. Let's go back a step. Let's do ls. As you can see, the file name, and there is no file in this folder named new. But if we type in date, it's 29 minutes and 40 seconds. So like 20 more and 40 there on 30 minutes and 30 minutes and 40 seconds. This should run, and a new file with a date stamp, with a timestamp, should appear here, and then you will be able to see it. You will be able to see that the cron tab has actually executed that it has executed a task, a certain script. That script can be anything you want it to be, ranging from backups to complex bash scripts to anything you can imagine. You can, as far as your imagination goes, that is what you can run with it without any bigger difficulty. So let us go ahead and see date. It's 3037. Okay, ls. No, it's precise. It's dead on time, which is nice. If my calculations are correct, is it? Come on, don't do this to me. I can swear I have mistyped the name. Let's go ahead back into the cron tab. Cron tab -u random guy -e, enter. Let's make sure that I didn't make any typos here first. So locate, and then I'm going to show you how you can also, another way to troubleshoot things, to view the log files. So type in locate, and what we need is first.sh. There we go. Let's copy this, enter insert mode, delete all of this. I know that it seems a bit tedious of a job, but this is the sure way to make sure that you do not have any typos or anything of a kind. You wouldn't believe how much time I have allowed to go down the drain because of typos on some serious jobs or something of a kind. Anyway, ls, and service, we're gonna use the service command. This is also a neat trick where you can restart individual services on the system. So you need to type in cron d restart. We're going to be dealing with this in more detail. I'm just using it here in order to make it work. Please. Okay, so we now have the date. It's 50, so 33, 3350. It should work. Let's do ls, and there we go. As soon as I've restarted the cron job, I think it was created or something of a kind. Doesn't really matter, but either my time calculations are wrong. The computer is far more precise than me, so don't take my word for it. Take the computer's word. And there you go. The file indeed has been created, and you can see the format of the file name. So it says new file hyphen, and then you have the time, and then after the time you have the date. Easy fix. No problems. I'm just reminding everybody that I can actually edit this stuff out without bigger difficulty. That would probably be the easiest thing, to actually just cut it out. But I do consider that it is important that I do encounter errors along the way, and that I do troubleshoot them here, so that you may see that it's actually a really normal thing to happen to anyone. I don't know, people, anyone. Doesn't really matter how skilled or unskilled you might be. Encountering errors, encountering problems is a common thing, nothing more. Another way you could have seen that there was an error or something of a kind is to check the log files with a tail command. So tail space dash f, and go into var log cron. There you go. You can actually see that we have the user, and we have the, okay, so we have the timestamp, of course, but aside from that, we also have the command, so cmd, and this is the command that we are running, and this is usually where you can see that things are off. If you have misspelled something or that something is wrong. In one of my tests, I've actually mistyped random, and I couldn't figure it out what was wrong, and I've just swapped a and n, which was hilarious. Another place to look for problems is log messages, and there you go. You also have a list of things that have happened here as well. Just something to keep in mind, where you can go and look for problems. If you go into var, I have shown this before, but let me just go ahead into var log and do ls. You can see that there are all sorts of log files here. Before I've just mentioned them, but now we've actually opened them, and tail-f allows you to follow them in real time. So as things happen, they will be written to the log file, and you will be able to see them. Let's go ahead and clear the screen and wrap the tutorial up here. I really wish you a ton load of luck with this. I hope that you do encounter errors. I know that that sounds a bit wrong from me, but really that is the best way to learn. To encounter a problem, solve it, encounter next problem, solve it, encounter next problem, solve it, and so on and so forth. I know that it can be tedious, but it's worth it in the end. Well, it's worth it long before the end, because as you keep on solving problems, each problem that you solve, the next one you will solve faster and faster and faster and faster and with greater ease. That is how it works for me in any case. So, I bid you all farewell, and once again, a ton load of luck.